Next tonight, how much thought do you give to the food you throw away? The port house in Lowestoft Harbour is being lit up for the next 3 evenings to highlight the impact it has on the environment. Just down the road is the street in Suffolk that went head-to-head with another in Norfolk in a challenge to save the most food from landfill. So what happened and what did they learn? Debbie Tubby reports.
The port house in Lowestoft Harbour, the former customs house, lit up to grab attention to highlight the impact food waste is having on our environment.
So in Norfolk and Suffolk, 118,000 tonnes of food is wasted every year, and our message today is for people to use their freezers as a way of saving food and stopping it from going to waste.
Just a few streets away, a competition was held this summer to reduce waste, as you may remember. 2 streets in 2 different counties competing in the same food waste challenge. The idea to help save the planet and the money in their pockets.
It's not just the food that's wasted, it's the resources, the energy, and also transporting it, let alone the problems it causes when it goes into landfill. Now, it's estimated that the average household wastes £730 worth of edible food every year.
Lorraine Legrice was in the High Street team. She runs a zero-waste store in Lowestoft, but still found the competition hard.
We thought we didn't waste very much food at all, but in fact we were wasting a lot of food.
In the first week of the competition, she wasted £26.90 worth of food. By the final week, she'd reduced it to £2.30 and would have saved £1,279 if she continued in that vein for a year.
It's always that first step is the more difficult one to take. And once you start, then it opens your eyes to other things.
John Ellaby, like all the competitors, had to weigh their food waste and work out the cost.
200 loaves of bread. That's what I reckon I've saved.
In the first week, he threw away the equivalent of £450 worth of food a year. It was £250 by the end of the competition.
I love the idea of trying to do something to save the planet, and I like the idea of trying to save a bit of money.
Here in Norfolk, despite the Stanforth Road team having the only social supermarket in the region with cheaper prices, and also a community fridge with items from the supermarket that are just on the edge of their sell-by date and would have ended up in landfill, the team withdrew from the competition.
For us and for the people on the street that joined in, we did feel that for them some of the counting and weighing was probably just a step too far.
In the end, Suffolk got the upper hand in the competition.
I don't see it as winning or losing. It's great that we got the opportunity to take part.
We still feel that we won because we're getting the conversation continuing, and it will continue as well into the next months and years.
2 streets, 1 message in lights with no clear winner. And there won't be unless we all do our bit to save the planet. Debbie Tubby, BBC Look East.
Well, a recent poll by the local food savvy organisation showed there's actually been a big increase in awareness about the impact of food waste. Laura Howarth from environmental charity Hubbub told me lockdowns had an effect.
Sometimes when we do have discussions around climate change, it can feel really large and abstract and maybe a bit overwhelming. People aren't too sure how to take action. But with food, it's something that we connect with every day, and we have 3 choices every day with the 3 meals that we have to take action and to save good food from the bin. There's a piece around making sure that we're really valuing our food, and that's something that came from the lockdown. Actually, lots of people began to have a greater appreciation for the value of food.
And of course, Christmas is probably the worst time of all because we do tend to buy a lot of food and expect to eat a lot of food, but I'm guessing there is a lot of waste.
Yeah, so Christmas is a big time for food waste, unfortunately. I think this year, as we're all coming together and we're extending our dinner tables once more, we've obviously got more mouths to feed as well. So I think it's really taking it back to some of its key behaviours, such as portioning. So just making sure that you're aware of what a suitable portion is for an adult. And we have tips on our website.
So as well as food portioning, what other top tips do you have for people to stop waste?
So obviously we all enjoy our Christmas dinner, but then it's how can we get creative and use those leftovers and make them into something else equally as delicious. So if you're not fully aware, you can hit freeze and pause on those leftovers as well. So just reading up about what you can freeze. There's so many top tips. I feel like I could talk for hours.
Great advice, Laura, and I think the leftovers are the best bit of Christmas. So thank you very much for talking to us.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Now, do you